Hello and welcome to the Debate Gate Sports Podcast. You're watching a clip from our first episode, which is about ranking the NBA city jerseys for 2020, as well as reacting to the new 2020 NFL jerseys.
Starting off with the Miami Heat, who
Oh,
have
yes.
amazing
Oh,
jerseys overall. They've also come up with the best lineup of city jerseys in all the NBA with their Vice editions with the white, pink, and black. And now, in my opinion, the best of them all and arguably the best jersey of all time. I'm trying to think of jerseys that are better, and I can't off the top of my head. So I'm gonna say it. The best jersey of all time, the blue edition of the Miami Heat, obviously S tier. Now, I can't really say too much about this jersey because if you disagree with me, you're wrong and you're stupid. All right? This is a great jersey. The asymmetric logo on the side, the colors, how they changed the logo to match the colors, the font of the Miami, the number being on the side. By the way, Chicago, that's how you do it, a number on the side. You still center it, but it's like center right when you're looking at it. Obviously, when you're wearing it, center left. You don't put it all the way to the right or all the way to the left. You still keep it somewhat centered, but it's on the front of the jersey. And just the font looks amazing. The color is amazing. Along with that court, that makes it beautiful. There's not much more I can say about it. The accent of black and the pink on the side, it's just beautiful. It's a masterpiece. It's a work of art.
Everything about this jersey screams Miami. When a broke teenager like me, when a broke teenager like me has to buy this jersey, it is one of the best of all time. The pink, the blue, the black, and the white. I say the blue is by far the best of them all. The big pink number is very vibrant, and it kind of reminds me of those neon Miami signs. And yeah, it is one of the best jerseys of all time. The accents look unbelievable. It's just, I love it. 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 So
It
good.
is great. I think another reason that puts this on top of the other Miami Vice editions is the blue, because Miami is known for their bright blue, the bright blue Atlantic nearby and their rivers, canals going inland. It's just beautiful and it represents Miami beautifully. I have notes here on the history of it, but it's just basically to represent the city and the vibrancy. But a cool fact is that the Miami is typically thought, like the Miami font's typically thought of as being from the neon signs on the streets lining the shore.
Yeah, that's
But
what I mean.
it's not. It's actually the font of the old Miami Stadium before they built whatever the generic brand name of the new one is. I think it's American Airlines.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's American Airlines. They were in the Miami Stadium, and this is the original font of that stadium when you were walking in the entrance. So it's actually not
Wow.
part of the neon sector, which is pretty cool. I like that little
It
fact.
does kind of remind me of the neon sector too. So it kind of killed
Right.
two birds with one stone.
Exactly, two birds with one stone. Next, we have a big step down in the Orlando Magic. This jersey is the definition of meh. It's a good color, or good, not meh. It's a definition of good. It is just a good color. I like the gray. Would be better with black. It's bottom of the good tier, by the way, which is B. It is. The orange accents are pretty good. The stripe at the bottom kind of throws it off a bit. The asymmetric logo looks good. The numbers are pretty good. The ORL looks a bit weird. I've never seen it written out like that. Like CLE that's put on hats and whatever, or any other abbreviation that if I could remember correctly, any other abbreviation used in the city jerseys this year has been used in other places. But most people don't use ORL or think of ORL, so it's a bit weird. the color is supposed to be like a tangerine color, so it's supposed to represent the citrus farming in the area. But it also is supposed to double, according to Nike, it's supposed to double as somehow the space exploration in Orlando. I don't understand how. I guess the gray is the same gray as a spaceship. So they're just kind of stretching it. I think it's the definition of a good jersey. It looks good. It doesn't look bad. Doesn't look mad. Just looks good.
Originally, I had this in the B tier, but the more I look at it, it seems more meh. And I understand it's a clean jersey. There's a lot of gray, which gray for a city jersey is not really my cup of tea. Obviously, the orange contrasts it nice, but there's not really enough representation of the city. I feel like the orange fields, yeah, but I think the fire thing is just kind of ridiculous about how it's like the space exploration. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Also, the main killer that keeps it in anything higher than the C tier is last year's city jersey with like a galaxy kind of background. I thought those were unbelievable, and just for them to come out with just a simple gray and orange jersey, it looks good, but is it better than a lot of these? No. It's at the top of the C tier, so in borderline B, C, more so C. Meh.
So next we have the looking Washington Wizards. I think personally this is the definition of a meh jersey.
Yeah.
It's as average, as bland as you can get. I get, the Stars and Stripes represent America, yay, because DC is the capital of America, woohoo, patriotism. Just something throws me off about the side stripes for the red and white. I do like the district flag in the center of the shorts, and the logos on the edge. The DC with the hand going out, which represents the Bullets back in the day, and their old logo looks decent. But that's basically it. I mean, it's very clean, very average jersey. It's just meh. I mean, I can't really say much about it if it's that.
Yeah, C tier for me as well. And the reason that it's not anything higher is just so much white. I feel like I mentioned this before, the 76ers, you have red, white, and blue. You can do a lot of stuff with this. And Wizards just did not do a lot with it, which for me is better than doing too much, which is why it's not D tier. But it is meh. There's a lot of white. The number is really small. The logo is really small. So it just kind of looks very blank. Obviously, the stars and the stripes down the side looks good. But if they just added a little something more, this would be better. It's missing a lot. C tier.
Very much so. Next jersey is the Charlotte Hornets. Now, this is a good clean jersey. This is kind of the opposite of the DC jerseys. Now, they don't have much to do with the city. Apparently, the color is supposed to represent the color of a racetrack or whatnot. Looking at my research right here, all I have written down is gray. I went through like 7 different articles, and none of them said anything about them. So I'm just going to assume Charlotte has a history of racing. Tracks are typically gray. So that's why they came up with the gray jersey. Things I really like about this jersey. I like the dark green and navy blue accents along the side, as well as the honeycomb along the edge looks great. With the 2 logos at the bottom of the shorts looks really, really good. Of course, Jordan logo, great. Praise be the GOAT. Looks amazing. The Buzz City in the front of the shorts, I mean, it's there, I guess. I like how it's the same font for the CHA and the 1. Currently, I'm looking at a jersey with the 1. I mean, with the number. And I like how it's the same font, but it's a different color. I think that adds a little bit of touch. That's why I put it in the B tier as a good jersey,
Wow.
because
Here.
it is bland, but it works well.
It is too bland for me. And is it D tier? I'm gonna say C tier. Originally I had this in D tier. I did not like it at all. But like I said before, accents are what brings a jersey home. And I will say this jersey has nice accents. So it's not D tier, it's C tier. Everything else, no bueno. So much gray. Gray is one of the worst colors that you can have too much of, especially with a city jersey.
Wow.
There's just so much gray. For a Jordan jersey, last year they had the black with the kind of neon blue Buzz City. I thought that looked great, and for them to come out with this year is a huge step down. The CHA and the number, it's very plain as compared to like a cursive font. Obviously the honeycomb does look good. That's one of the few bright spots, but if they had done a different color than gray, if they had done maybe black, I don't even know how black would look, but if they had like something other than gray, it would be higher. It's C tier for me.
Makes a lot of sense. Moving on to a great jersey here in the Atlanta Hawks. This is borderline. This is probably the closest borderline we'll get to a great, like one of the greatest of all time jerseys, and that will be Peachtree, the Peachtree jerseys. I think it looks really good. I think the accents are amazing. I like there's a lot to like about this jersey. It's kind of like the Miami Heat one, where if you don't like it, you're wrong. I think the thing that keeps out of the greatest of all time for me is the fact that I'm colorblind. So instead of being a pink peach color, it's the tone of my white skin. It's, if you ever look at the closest white person to you, that's the tone of it for me. It's not the pink. I can't see pink personally. So it just looks what's the color?
The skin color type.
Beige. It looks beige, but I understand it's supposed to be pink, so I'm trying to imagine it as pink, even though I've never seen pink in my life. I'm trying to imagine it as pink and put the pink on there. So imagining that, it becomes a great jersey. And I like the Peachtree. It represents a lot about the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia, because it's the peach state. They grow peaches there. And I like the design at how it's kind of like a big U down the shorts. I like that.
This is A tier for me, and the main thing is it represents the city very, very well. Peachtree, obviously, if you know anything about Georgia, peaches is probably what first comes to mind. They did a nice job with the peach color. I know, Josh, you might be seeing something different, but for me, it looks great. They didn't do too much. It is. I know you'll hear later in the video that black jerseys aren't really my thing if they have too much black, but they nailed it with balancing the right amount of black and the amount of kind of city-ish color. In this case is the peach. Yeah, I mean, for an A tier jersey, they kept it simple while also expressing the jersey and has a good amount of color. It is A tier for me. One of the best jerseys that they have. I mean, there's just nothing not to like about it.